thanks for tuning in today. I hope you're having a good week. What's left of it. We'll be headed into the weekend, and that's when people usually get into a lot of trouble. But we're here to friendly remind you that, stay on course. All right, we have a fair.
We have the fair in town this week, so staying on course is going to be hard.
Florida State Fair. I put a brochure in front of Gary's microphone for the Florida State. It sat there for days. For days, not a word. I was going to pitch it. Oh, I'm going to go to that. Really? Yeah, that's where you will find, as I told Gary, they do things to food at fairs that I don't know if there's a meeting someplace every year where they figure out how to do these things with food, but man, it's not good. They take food that's already, how can I politely say this?
Bad.
That's crap, and turn it even worse to make it worse. Deep fried, whatever. Everything's deep fried and whatnot. And when you park your vehicle 1 mile out into the parking lot and you can smell it. Right? Yeah. But they're a lot of fun. And you just have to be careful. See people walking around with those giant turkey legs and whatnot that have been deep fried. Oof. What do you plan on eating, sir?
I actually don't plan on eating anything. We're going to eat before we go. It's cheaper that way.
Yeah. State fairs are a lot of fun. We went to them as children, and I enjoyed them up in Pittsburgh area. Nevertheless, it's a fair around here every day, health fair. Speaking of which, I'll be appearing on this Saturday at the Vitamin Discount Center store in Temple Terrace, the VDC Health Fair there from 12 to 4. And I'll be there the entire time. Bring your health questions. We'll love. It's going to be amazing. They have all kinds of, speaking of food, they're going to have a lot of different food there, giveaways. Some of the major dietary supplement companies will have a presence there. We'll be giving things away. There'll be gift baskets, prizes. I mean, the manager of that, Sophia, as the manager of that store, has gone, just done an amazing job promoting this, and you watch. It'll be SRO, standing room only. Man, it'll be amazing.
5006 East Fowler Avenue.
Are you sure about that address?
Yes, I am.
I was told that was the wrong address.
Well, then they need to send an email to Google.
Anyway, Dr. Brenda Watson. Some of you may remember Dr. Watson. She was on my show for years. In fact, she was one of the first guests. And at the time, she was with Renew Life. I don't know if you all remember that or not. And I always had great conversations with her. Those are all archived. And she made for a wonderful guest because there was nothing pretentious about her. For maybe a lack of a better way to say it, was like very organic, just real, and dialed in, and she was very devoted and passionate to her company and what she was doing. And she hasn't been on for a while, but she hasn't slipped into obscurity. She's out there. And there's a company, and over the years when she would come on, when she was at Renew Life, from time to time they had a pet line, and from time to time we would talk about pet health. And every time we did that, the phones would ring off the hook. People were more interested in talking about the health of their pets than they were talking about their own health. And I found that to be interesting. Well, since she's been on last, and I saw her a couple of times at trade shows, She has a company called Vital Planet, which is a great name, a wonderful name. And it's a company that it focuses on pets. Your pets. There she is. A nice smile. If we stream, of course. You can watch the show at letstalknutrition.com. And she has this interest in pets. And so do I, for a lot of different reasons. Just to give you a sense of, and she knows these numbers better than I probably, most likely, our relationship with pets. I went to the SPCA, the Census Bureau. The United States Census Bureau has statistics on pets. I kid you not. Got numbers from them. I got numbers from different very legitimate organizations about pets and pet ownership. It's just astounding. The number of households, dogs, 36.5% of the population, 43,346 cats, 36,000, like 30% birds. People own birds. I say 36,000, 36 million, excuse me. 3,671,000 horses, 1,780,000, 43 million dogs, 36,000 cats, almost 4 million birds, almost 2 million horses. This is according to the AVMA. There's statistics all over the place regarding pets. One thing I do know about, and there's research to show too, that pets make a great contribution to the health of humans in a number of ways. We'll address that as we go along today. And Dr. Watson, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Long time no see. It's great to have you back on the air. I was so excited to see that they put you on the schedule. And happy 2018. It's great to see you again.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here, and those are great statistics. We have a lot to talk about today, and I hope you're doing well and everyone there is doing well, and I'm not going to the fair.
You don't want to go to the fair and get...
No. The smell of the oil just... No.
You can...
I know that it's really probably for children and riding, and there's a lot of good things there, but I don't know, it's just kind of... I just haven't been in years.
How have you been, by the way?
I've been pretty good. I've been good, actually. Vital Planet's really beginning to get, catch on, and the whole thing we'll talk about today. But I've had a lot of, for most people living in the state of Florida, knows that we went through last September, a terrible hurricane that really didn't affect us so much in the Tampa Bay area. But I have some property down in the Florida Keys, and I've been back and forth down here for months trying to get. It was devastated here in a certain area between Lake Marathon and down below the 7 Mile Bridge. And
I heard that.
My property, I've been working on it, and there's no resources here. It's like being in a third world country. I'm not kidding.
I know. It's just amazing what happens and how easily the hurricane comes and there's devastation. Everybody's focused on it, and then there you sit and people forget and they move on, right? And there you sit with all of that. We come back. We'll talk to Dr. Watson some more. She's a great friend and colleague. I'll just absolutely love her.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping
the perfect complement to your beauty regimen. Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
The pet-human bond is one that has, if you start to do the research and explore that relationship, the relationship between humans and animals, humans and pets specifically, you get, it's fascinating, quite frankly, and you come to understand that that bond has been in existence. I mean, it's for thousands and thousands of years. And as we moved more towards in our evolution and we became more civilized and fast forward to current day, the science focusing on that bond is pretty astounding. One study after another. And Dr. Brenda Watson is my guest today, and she's always had an interest in pet health, and over the years when she was on my show, from time to time we would talk about pets, and the audience is always intrigued. I've always said they're more interested in the health of their pets than they are their own health, but that's just the nature of human nature. Dr. Watson, welcome back. There's one study after another in the literature. One that was kind of interesting. It was a German study, and they collected pet information, dog, cat, horses, fish, birds, and other pet ownership, over 9,000 people at 2 different times. This was an interesting a study. Once in 1996 and then back in 2000, and then again in 2001. They kept from the respondents the purpose of the survey and the study. They didn't reveal to them what it was all about. So they masked that. Here's what they found. They found that people who said they had a pet in both 1996 and 2001 had the fewest doctor visits, followed by people who had acquired a pet by 2001. The group of people who did not have a pet at either time had the highest number of doctor visits. Now, you can't make that up. I mean, it's sort of a dated study, but the method and what they found is not so dated. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
When you look at that, right?
Right. And that's why, as like you were saying, as we have evolved into the current day, you're seeing that in a couple of the literatures they've done with people, let's say people who are depressed or who are suffering from grief or loss or just depressed over life.
Yep.
And they find that, when they add an animal to their life, whether it's a cat or a dog or a bird, whatever the animal is that the person's attracted to, they've required much less medication. And I think that's why I'm talking prescription medication for depression. And I think that's why today we're seeing now more and more people. You know how it is. It's like a consciousness that just happens. People start going, "Wow, well, this pet has changed my life." Many people know that, and then look at the uptick that we have in rescue. I mean, so many people and organizations and nonprofits that are now just focused on, getting dogs homes that have been not even necessarily, Dr. Garko, abused or anything like that, but just don't have a home, whatever. And that is just, there's a plethora of that going on out there. And the reason being is, I think, too, in the baby boomers, which of course we fall into those categories, the kids are gone. It's nice to have a dog in the house, but also the millennials are very, very conscious of having animals in their life. So it's a widespread over many different range of ages. And I think that what's coming out of this is the fact that, you for years, I for years have talk to people about their health and how, along with a good diet, we always need supplementation because of the current situation with our foods are not as nutritious as they used to be, or people choose to eat foods that are not as nutritious. And the same thing has happened with the dogs and the cats, particularly, is that they haven't been fed the best food, or they've come from genetic predispositions. And what people do not realize, and one of the goals that I have, is bringing around the consciousness that if you're going into a health food store to purchase something for yourself, guess what? Your dog or cat is going to get older. They're going to develop arthritis and joint problems or gut problems, and they need some prevention, or they need some help if they've already crossed over into the line of pain or other issues. And you know what, Dr. Garko, the one thing that I'm writing a book, obviously, on this, that'll be out in March. And this book, what I did was I went back to my basic training, my basic belief system that all health starts in the gut. And so I wrote a book in the process. It's just about getting finished and going to print within the next month. And the book is based on how the digestive system of a cat or a dog has been, I don't want to say the word abused, but has been
neglected.
neglected over the years, and that's why they end up in their compressed lifespans, because they have compressed lifespans compared to us. That's why they end up with leaky gut, and that's why they end up with joint problems or skin issues or allergies,
Sure,
or whatever the case may be, because their gut health began to be destroyed. And unfortunately, and I don't mean anything negative, but they've been antibiotics to death, just like us.
or they've been fed with owners who had good intentions, fed them improperly. We're going to continue this conversation. Know this: there are certain breeds of dogs or breed of dogs that they have up to 40 to 50 times the scent receptors than humans do, and that makes their sense of smell about 100,000 times stronger than humans. And when a person is ill, their body chemistry changes. The dog's sensitive sense of smell can detect those changes, and they know when the person is.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figure's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
humans and pets and the bond between them, and how the pets contribute to the quality of life for people, and how humans can contribute to the quality of life of their pets, assuming they know what to feed them, how to care for them. We all just assume that, well, you know, your dog can eat anything and just scraps off the table, this and that, whatnot. No, I don't know about that. Dr. Brenda Watson is my guest, and Dr. Watson, what are you, the CEO? You run that outfit, Vital Planet?
Well, I am more or less the founder and the educator now. I don't want to be part of the other. I just want to teach people.
I'm with you 100%. You were,
but yeah, I'm there, and I'm helping, and I'm my biggest focus, like I said, coming out in March is the book, because as we talk about the gut, I mean, I think Vital Planet, if there's anything that it's going to stand for in terms of products and helping dogs and cats, is educating people on the benefit of probiotics for dogs and cats, and that the probiotics that are specifically designed need to be specifically designed for a cat or a dog. They both have different, what we call the microbiome, or the gut bacteria in their digestive systems from a cat to a dog is very different. Most people go into a health food store and they purchase a pet probiotic. They're not the same. And that's one of the things we do at Vital Planet. So I guess you could say, Dr. Garko, the company is, we have, you know, lots of different formulas, enzymes, and stuff like that. But our main thrust is getting people onto the gut health of the animal.
Good.
With a very strong, high-potency, multi-strain probiotics.
Wonderful. Let's go to Georgia, Clarksville. I haven't been there. One of my producers has been there. And there's a store there called Ada Zink, and we know the owner is a faithful and ardent listener and viewer of Let's Talk Nutrition, Rufino Pato. Rufino, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you on.
Good morning, Doctor. How you doing?
I'm great, man.
Hey, I just real quick before I get into it, Brenda, is that book going to be available through Vital Planet?
Oh yeah, it is for Vital Planet. We have a whole center coming out in March, and the books are on the side rack, or they can be purchased separately. They're colored. You know how I do things. They're 4 color. They've got the flow charts in them and all the protocols for the different conditions of the dogs, and they're just very, very graphically. And I've got it with a veterinarian, so the doctor has his views and points in there, because there's so many things people need to know. The vaccination protocols are going to be changed, because we realize now that vaccinations are creating too many vaccinations. Let me clarify. Will create a lot of problems in dogs. So, yes, these books will be available to health food stores.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, because we do health classes, wellness classes here every week, and we do animal classes, actually, and we talk a lot about Vital Planet. We have your product in our store. It's incredible. My dogs and cats are all on your Flora. And I'm going to tell you, there's a product that we didn't mention, but that Calm, which you can get in a chewable, or the Calm, is amazing. The Calm, you can get in a soft gel or a chewable tablet. And I'll tell you, in Carson, Georgia, you know, a lot of guns going off all the time, people's backyards, 4th of July, a dog that needs to go on a trip. Those are amazing. That my dog loves them. It keeps them calm when I need to, and that's an amazing product. And I put them on the Flora for about the last year and a half now, and I'll tell you, there is you do see a big difference in their digestive system. You see a big difference in their bowel movements. You see a big difference in how much they eat.
What about the coat of the animal?
The coat, the skinning. They have a skin and coat product also, Doctor. That's incredible, that my dog also takes, and I can tell you at first-hand knowledge that the coat is just beautiful. Just you can't even explain it. Just gorgeous coat. So between the probiotics, and she's right, everything starts in the gut. If the gut's messed up for a human or an animal, you know, and we've talked about this, Doctor, you know, anything in the gut, if you fix that, you fix a lot of your body.
Exactly.
And my dog is, my dog's a puppy again. She's 6 years old. She's a puppy again. She's loving life.
That's great.
She's not wasting her food like she was, because I do feed her really good food. but she's processing it correctly because of the flora. My cats get the powder in their food, and my dog gets the calm and the skin and coat. And I use all your stuff. So when I heard you were on today, I said, "Oh, OMG, I got to call because."
That's great. Well, we appreciate you. See, Dr. Watson thinks we put you up to that. She doesn't know that you actually show the when we're on the air, you put the show on your screens, your plasma screens in your store, and people sit down and watch the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do. I do. And then people come in here, and I will tell you, and he did not tell me to call in, but when I saw this, especially products I use on my own animals, when I saw you were on today, I said, I got to meet her and talk to her because this stuff
thank you so much. I appreciate
this
that
is not a
so
commercial.
much. Thank
Your stuff
you.
is amazing.
There you go. See, well, she always does that. I listen, everything from the way Dr. Watson dresses to the way she makes her supplements to the way she runs her company, it's always, perfection. She's always looking to do things the right way.
Thank you. And I'm going to be heavy on education to the consumer, just like always.
Yeah, let me ask you, do you make food for the animals, or are you just making supplements?
Supplements right now. Food is an option later, but, this is a big undertaking with the supplements, Dr. Garko, because people don't understand it yet. So it's going to take a lot of repetition and things like that to get them to understand. But food is definitely important and on my radar because, the only category of food, this is interesting, the only category of food that is growing in the United States is in the health food stores, and that's with the high quality grain free and organics and whatever people are choosing in that arena. But that is the category. The other categories, like the stuff that's in mass market or anything like that, they're all flat because people are now realizing that we have 54% of our animals obese. 54%.
Is that right?
And that's because
they reflect their owners.
Too many carbs.
They're reflecting. Well, this is interesting. That's an interesting statistic because 68% of the human population is either overweight or obese. Better than a third is obese, and so their pets are probably a reflection of the condition of their owners as well. That's a fascinating statistic. I just wonder. I mean, that business about food and pets, that is very complicated, and people think, oh, you can just feed the animals anything; they'll eat anything. That's just not true, and that's probably a topic for another day. Rufino, we so much. I can't express to you how much we appreciate you calling and sharing that unsolicited. It means a lot to other listeners and viewers. It means a lot to the guests, and it certainly means a lot to me and my producers. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. You provide a great service. We're grateful. We'll be right back.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figures Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Thinking about, we're doing a show today with Dr. Brenda Watson on pets and pet health and how to care for your pets, and focusing on dietary supplements, believe it or not, and taking care of their digestive health. And in thinking about it, the remarkable relationship that humans have with pets. I mean, pets, it's unconditional. The animals are just amazing in how they connect. And I was looking at some of the statistics on how many pets are euthanized a year in these shelters. It's dreadful. It's better than it used to be. Dr. Watson alluded to this at the beginning of the show. More people are adopting pets, but when you don't adopt them, they can't keep them in the shelters forever, and they euthanize them, the dogs and the cats, and it's a shame. And when animals are sick, and they get sick, the medical costs associated with that can be off the chain. So it pays to keep your dog and cat, your pets, whatever pet you have at home, healthy. Dr. Watson, welcome back. And gut health is fundamental to both humans and the dogs and the cats, for sure, as all animals. What else do you have in that? Is it just the probiotics in that in the digestive line?
No. We have a species-specific probiotic separate for cat and dogs, and we have different delivery systems. I won't get into those. Some are chewables, some are tablets, some are powders. But to go into the number one supplement sold for, especially for dogs, I'll say, in the whole United States is hip and joint, and we have we have several hip and joint delivery systems. And I will tell you, our hip and joint, and the difference in our formulas is they're not treats, okay? These are not like, you're not giving them to the dog to, even though they like them, they taste good and all that, but they're not just filled with nothing. So they're filled with a therapeutic dose of whatever we're, say hip and joint, for example. We have the glucosamine and chondroitin in the chewable, for example, at 800 milligrams. I mean, we don't see that even in human supplements. We have the turmeric, the boswellian yucca. So we combine like an approach of herbal, nutraceutical, and in many of them we have like the homeopathic flower essences, which does work on the magnetic, the energy system of the animal, and they actually respond much better to homeopathics than even humans do. So in our hip and joint solution, we have a chewable, a chew, and we now have a powder, so it could be easily added. But we have MSM, hyaluronic acid, so they're very tasty. Some of them are beef flavored, some chicken, and in the cats we have fish flavor. So everything is suited for the different animals, but the number one selling, now here's the way to look at it, Dr. Garco. You've got either a young dog, a puppy, or a younger dog, or you've got the dog that's already developed the hip and joint problems, okay? So they're over on the other side, and they're probably in some level of pain. And what you said when we first came on about the amount of vet bills that you have when these dogs and cats get older can be astronomical. So my mission is to help people start their puppies and younger dogs on some of these probiotics, hip and joint solutions early, so that they don't end up in a lot of pain as they get older. Now,
is the concept of a multiple still in play with pets, or is that a nonsense concept?
No, we have multivitamins specific to dogs and cats, because there's a large, you said it earlier with the food, there's some people that are making their dog's food. Let's say you're making your dog's food or you're feeding raw. They're not going to get all the nutrients. Even if it's raw, they're not going to get the scope of nutrients, B vitamins, all the things that we need, they need. And so we have a powdered multi for the cat and the dog also. So, yes,
good.
It is just the same as with us.
The pet owners mean well, and it takes, just feeding off the scraps off the table. I mean, that may not be in the best interest of the dog or the cat or your pets, whatever they may be. So it takes a little bit of time. I'm glad you're on, and we'll continue our our effort to educate the listener and the viewer about pet health and pet nutrition. It's a big deal because pets are a big deal in the lives of humans, whether they live in the country, whether they live in the city or the suburbs, in remote parts of the world and crowded parts of the world. You will find people with their pets. People and pets go together. It's just remarkable, our relationship with them, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I have 4 dogs, so.
Oh, my land. Are you going to Expo West?
Yeah.
I just have to ask you before I cut you loose. Vital Planet. I love the name of the company. Why did you all call it Vital Planet?
Because we thought, as we look at Vital Planet Natural Pet Care Experts, that pets are vital to the planet.
Okay. You know, that title, I mean, that gives you a lot of degrees of freedom to talk about a lot of things. Vital Planet, Vital Planet, in so many different ways. That's a great name. I'm so glad to hear your voice. I miss you a lot. I think the world of you. I don't need to ingratiate myself with you, but I just tell you that, since I went, a lot has changed in my life, so I'm more inclined now to tell people what's on my mind.
Oh,
so, but I want to just tell you, I've always been very fond of you. I think you're a wonderful person, a great professional, and you always do the best. You always strive for excellence. I noticed that early on in my relationship with you, my professional relationship, and I just have a lot of regard for you as a professional, but even more so as a person. I just think you're a wonderful person.
Thank you, and I'm so glad you're good and doing good, and I'm happy that things are better.
Yeah, so am I. People say, "Gee, it's nice to see you." And now I say, "It's better to see you." Well, we're going to come try to find you at Expo West. You're going to be in the special exhibition section. Is that it?
You know what? I don't even know.
Okay. Well, we'll find you. We'll root around. We'll seek.
Okay.
We'll seek you out, and please give my best to everybody.
I will.
All right. We love you, and thank you for coming on. We're going to look for you the next.
Have a good weekend.
You do the same. VitalPlanet.com. Trust me, if Dr. Watson's involved in it, it's good. It's always good. VitalPlanet.com. Dogs, cats, the products are there. You can store information. Sold in fine health stores throughout the United States, and those that are trying to be fine. We're going to come back in the second hour, and we'll keep our exploration. Around here, we're trying to educate, we're trying to empower, and we're trying to entertain. And this is not talk radio, this is performance radio, and you're part of the performance. We love you. We'll be back in the second hour. See you then. welcome to Are you able to get that up? Could you get that up on the screen or no?
Yeah, I can send it to me through the Facebook.
Here's my phone.
Okay.
Take my phone. We're going to show you my great-grandson. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. His name is Noah. He's amazing. He's amazing. We're gonna try to get this one photograph up of him. Wow, my goodness. Hope you're having a good day today, and you had a good week. And if you didn't, we'll try to help make it better. We'll do our best, and we do try to do things gently around here. Once in a while, I'll get a little animated about certain things, especially when there are misrepresentations in the literature. You know, when they say things like, doing 30 minutes of exercise will take care of that visceral fat. No, it won't. That's not true. That appeared in an article yesterday. As I read that, I said, come on, man, don't be saying stuff like that. You're going to mislead people. It's going to take... I was in the gym last night for an hour and a half, okay? An hour and a half. I wanted to stay home, and I dragged my bony out the door over to the gym because I know how vital it is. And I've done that my whole life, and it has served me in good stead. And as I was working out last night, I was thinking, okay, let's see, on average, a couple hours a day, 5 days a week. Been doing that almost 40 or 50 years. It's thousands and thousands of hours. And you know what? It's a great investment. That's how it pays off. And that's what you need to do. And the reason why I was in that mode of thinking last night is because I'm working on a series on aging. In fact, I was waiting to come on air, I was reading an article entitled "Aging is Not a Disease: Implications for Intervention." And in my series, I will address that issue. In trying to define aging, some define it as a disease, and some push back against that and say it's not a disease. And how you think about it determines how you will intervene. It determines how maybe you even age as a person. It has all sorts of implications. So this is an important series, in my opinion. I will spend the remainder of the year writing about it. And these articles are published at Health and Wellness, at Let's Talk Nutrition in Health and Wellness Monthly. It's an important topic because no one escapes. No one escapes, and no one gets out alive either, by the way. The question is, how are you going to age, and how are you going to die? In terms of, how? You know what I mean. None of us know how that's going to happen. Only the Almighty knows that. But you get my point. And there's a lot of myths and misconceptions that swirl around this whole idea of aging and what people can do, and some of the cutting-edge concepts and issues I will address. Excuse me, my throat is bad today. Concepts like thinking about the essential, what they call the ELS, the essential lifespan, or adopting or abandoning the whole idea of seeing aging as the enemy. That rhetoric that surrounds that, conquering aging and the war against aging and all of that. Some argue that we need to get rid of that and move to a different space in our conversation about it. It's an intriguing area. Does aging begin at the time of conception? Or some gerontologists support the view that it begins after this period called essential lifespan. It's somewhere between 40 and 50 years. They think that that's when aging begins. Others think it begins at the moment of conception, before you're even born. So I will try to wrestle with those issues and lay them out there and do my best. They're complicated, to educate ourselves and empower ourselves so that we can do better with the process. Most people got up this morning, put their feet on the floor, and set about to live their life, are not thinking about these kinds of things. It's part of my job, and I love doing it, and to write about it and save you the time and the effort in doing the research, and I'll get it to you in some form that, it's pretty consumable. And everything I talk about and do on this show, in some form or fashion, in one way or another, gets at this whole idea of aging when you think about it. Prevention, preparation, all these concepts that I talk about. And, it's risky to take this approach, because if you get too lofty, you lose people. If you dumb it down too much, you insult people. So you got to try to find that right range where you're reaching as many people as possible. You still make it interesting and intriguing and challenging, but you don't make it so complicated and angular and whatnot that people can't understand it. So that's what's on my mind, and that's what got me thinking about it last night at the gym, when I literally had to force myself. You don't know how tempted I was to stay home. And I said, no, you've got to go in there. Because I know what it did for me when I got sick. All those thousands of hours. I don't think I'd be here right now if it weren't for that. Or at least be in this condition. The better condition that I'm in than I probably would not be. I firmly believe that. There's my great-grandson. We're showing him. That's the first time we've showed him. His name is Noah. And that's a $1 million photograph, brother. Look at that. And that's just how he is. He's amazing. My grandson turned me into a great grandfather. I could just choke him. My grandson just had his birthday yesterday. And then my daughter's up there in Denver visiting with them, my grandson and his wife, and she's with Noah today. And she sent that along. That's a beautiful photograph, isn't it, Gary?
Yes,
he's
nice.
He's a lovely boy. He's a lovely boy. It's what it's all about, right? And my guest is a lovely person, too. Stephen J. He's with Zint Nutrition. Always enjoy talking to him. He's upbeat. He's always got a positive attitude. We love him. Stephen, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you on, man. I hope you're doing well.
I am doing well. Thank you, Doctor. It's always wonderful to be here with you. And I've enjoyed listening to you for the past 15 minutes. Wow, you've really enlightened me and inspired me, I must say. First of all, congratulations. I never knew that you were a great-grandfather.
Don't tell anybody, will you, please?
So, congrats on that. And, it's interesting. You said your great-grandson, Noah, he's a great kid. And you know what? He's named after Noah, who was actually, it says in the Old Testament, he was the greatest man of his generation. So you're right. He's a great kid.
He is a great kid. I was thinking about you the other day. I was wondering where you were. I haven't seen you around lately, and here you are today. They put you on the schedule. I know you got a thing or two on your mind. You always do. And we'll get back to you in a minute. We're going to go into some messages. Are you going to Expo West by any chance?
You know what? Unfortunately, I'm not this year. But our good buddy, Mr. Jeff Van Heck, is going to represent us in fine form.
Okay, well, we'll get him to see him there. But we have you here today, and so we'll get back to Stephen J. from Zint Nutrition. Very great company. I use several of their products. They're wonderful.
Have you discovered that your
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
One of the things I do around here, make a special effort, is to try to educate myself and you and anybody who will listen and watch this show about so many different things. But if you listen and watch the show on a regular basis, you realize that dietary supplement companies are main sponsors, and dietary supplementation is an important part of the show. It's a concept that I've embraced my entire life, and I know many that don't, but That's their choice. And I make an effort to distinguish the mediocre from the better companies, and then even some that are less than mediocre. I never mention names, but I give you the clues as to what makes for a good company. Zint Nutrition is relatively new to the natural product space compared to some. They haven't been around since the 70s like some of these companies have. But they've made a big impression. They've made a good impression on me, and that's not so easy to do. I tend to be a little hypercritical when it comes to dietary supplement companies because there's so many bad ones. But I use the Zint Nutrition cacao, for example, every single day. Gary will tell you I mix it with my almond milk, and then I get 4 Ristretto shots from Starbucks, and then I add that to my almond milk with the cacao. Every single day. I use their cacao, because it's organic and it's just a fabulous product, but they have many others. Stephen J. is their educator, and he's VP of PR and whatnot and this and that, but he's just a good guy. Stephen, welcome back to the show. I love the cacao, man. That's a great product.
It is a great product. You know what? It's very interesting that you mentioned it because I just used it for the first time yesterday in my actually, it's ski or it's Icelandic yogurt. My particular favorite is what is that? Because I'm spacing out right now the name, but one of those. And I just mixed in some Zint cacao, and you know what? It gives it a delicious chocolatey flavor. I know that I'm getting resveratrol in there. I know that I'm getting magnesium in there, and I'm getting all these other wonderful antioxidants that I'm just boosting up my yogurt. Now, you could toss that, as you said, into your coffee or into your smoothie or any type of chocolate recipe or anything like that, and you've just, empowered whatever food or drink you're ingesting to the super level of antioxidant. And actually, you know what, it has just reminded me, I was talking to my father-in-law. He was over our home about a week or two ago, and he's very into nutrition and supplementation. He's got these two, he calls them AM horrible drink and PM horrible drink because they taste terrible. But unfortunately, his dad died of heart failure or heart disease at around 50. So him and his brother are now, thank God, they're up into their 70s and they're massively into supplementation. And I tested him. I said, you know what, Dad? What has the highest RX score of any vitamin, supplement, food, whatever fruit that it might be? And he, without a blink of an eye, said goji berries. So I said, it's cacao.
He's cacao, like, that's right.
He's like, no way. He's like, yeah, tell me what the RX score of cacao is. I'm like, I think it's about 98,000.
Yeah, the antioxidant, the phytochemical power of cacao is amazing. In the Zint product, if you look at the facts panel, 0 sugar. This is not this cheesy hot chocolate crap that you buy in stores.
For lack of a better word.
I'm so eloquent today. It's not this cheesy hot chocolate crap. Don't quote me on that, please. It is, people are going to say, well, there's no sugar in it. Well, this is raw organic cacao. It is, the antioxidant power is magnificent. It really is amazing, isn't it, Stephen?
It is, absolutely. And just to continue on our cacao trend, you know what, there are plenty of cacao products, out in the market. But what we really make sure at Zint that is so important to us is that we're putting out the highest quality product, and we back it up with the best certifications in the industry. You might walk into a store and say, oh, I heard about cacao, with Dr. G and Stephen J, and let me pick up this bag that I see right here. But what we do is we have our product all certified. The cacao is non-GMO project verified, which is the gold standard and most recognized verification for non-GMO. It's USDA organic certified, again, the best. It's OU kosher certified, the best and most recognized kosher certification. It is also gluten-free certified. So you know that you're getting the very best, purest form of cacao that is also certified with all the claims that I'm talking to you about right now. And
what does it mean? What does it mean? Explain to us what it means to be kosher certified for our. I know that the Jewish religion. That's food is a very integrated part of the religion. It's amazing. I love that. What does that mean? That it's a kosher certified?
Well, I hear the music comes in, which means my time is limited. But you know what? Why don't we touch back?
Okay, good. See, you catch on. See, you're a smart guest, man. I love that. That's great. We're gonna. I wanted to ask that question before, so we're gonna get to that. And go to zintnutrition.com. I'm telling you, the company, they do a fabulous job, and their products are wonderful. The different forms that they have, the different products and the delivery systems that they have. We'll see what else is on Steven's mind. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. We're coast to coast and we're worldwide. We stream out so far on the 6 continents. We haven't made Antarctica yet.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
not the planet, the acronym MARS, Maintenance and Repair Systems. Maintenance and repair systems are fundamental to aging, and antioxidants play an important role in our biological maintenance and repair systems. And from whence you get those antioxidants becomes important. For example, I was talking with Stephen J. from Zint Nutrition about cacao, and it's just the cacao is loaded with these phytochemicals that are rich in antioxidants, and that they become an important part of the maintenance and repair, our biological maintenance and repair systems. It needs those molecules to do the job of maintaining and repairing. And Stephen was talking about Zint Nutrition's cacao and all the different certifications, and he mentioned that it's kosher certified. Okay, I'm curious. And I asked him, what does that mean? And the answer is, Stephen.
Yes, Doc. You know, this is the best show so far because we're just winging it. You know, we always have a plan put together.
I don't wing it, man. I got stuff in my head to do. You may be winging it, but I'm performing here, man. I know what I'm doing. Go ahead.
I mean, it's good. It's good. We're just like, you know, we're just free-forming it today, you know? So
I love that. I love it.
So, you know, it's funny. I'll ask some people at times, you know, well, what does kosher mean to you? I was like, oh, I know what that is. A rabbi blesses the food, or the rabbi,
that's what most people say.
You know, and the truth of the matter is that is not true. There is a rabbi involved, although, who is an expert in the very complicated and detailed Jewish dietary laws that define what kosher is. So in a product such as Zint cacao or any other Zint product that is kosher certified, basically that means that they've checked and made sure that there are no non-kosher ingredients or processes that are done to the product that would go against Jewish kosher dietary law, i.e. meaning that sometimes things might be processed with lard. Sometimes things might be, there might be some type of shellfish derivatives involved. Sometimes you might have capsules, since, we're talking about supplements, that are derived from bovine sources or shellfish sources or something like that. And when you've got an OU certification, which I had mentioned is the most widely recognized kosher certification, you could rest assured that this has been vetted for anything potentially non-kosher being in the product, that it is actually pure. Now, the beauty about the kosher certification is that this is not only a Jewish thing any longer. This is something that the Muslim population that has grown tremendously in the United States, they have their own certification, which is called halal, and they actually they hold by the OU certification. If they see something as certified OU, Muslims will eat it. And also then non-Jews and non-Muslims, when they see the OU certification, they realize that this is a product of a higher level of purity.
Quality, yeah. What does OU mean? It doesn't mean Ohio University. What does that mean?
It means Orthodox Union.
Orthodox Union. Okay.
Now, the Orthodox Union is located in Manhattan, in New York City, and they actually have trained rabbis that are, again, trained in the laws of kosher.
I'll be darned.
Dietary detail, and they have a whole fleet of them that go out across the world, for that matter, and they visit factories and inspect factories as products are being produced, as products are being packaged, and this is a very serious business. You just can't get your certification on your product.
And so I've been to Manhattan many times. Of course, you got Brooklyn, Long Island, and it's very ethnic, and you have all these different neighborhoods, and you have different grocery stores and delis and this and that. In the Jewish grocery stores, kosher foods would be premier in there, right? I mean, they'd be featured a lot.
Absolutely, for sure. And you know what? I'm Jewish myself, and I've got tons of non-Jewish friends, and they say, Steve, I love the fact that your product is kosher. I'm like, well, why? Because you don't have to keep kosher, and you don't probably keep kosher. You're like, well, when I see that OU's kosher certification, like we just said before, I really feel like and know that I'm getting a product,
a better product,
a better quality, much purer, and
and I didn't know that. You had the halal. Is that how you pronounce it?
Well, the Muslims have their halal.
Halal.
Now that's not on the Zint packaging, and one of the reasons for that is because of the Muslims. They hold by the kosher certification. They know that that is up to their standards of
also
food purity, and dietary laws.
Wow, this is intriguing. How religion, how nutrition gets integrated and synthesized into religion. That's just intriguing to me. I love those kind of cultural, religious sectors and cross-linkings. It's fascinating. What else did you have on your mind that you wanted to emphasize today?
Well, you were when I was listening to your opening dialogue, you talked about aging, and you referred to it, in some people refer to it as a disease, some people refer to it as the enemy, and the great work that you're doing on delivering information to people who are aging. And you know what? The truth of the matter is, I think that we're experiencing a phenomenon here in most specifically in the United States and for the better part of the world, and that we're living in a day and age where youth is glorified, where youth is more respected than age and wisdom.
Yeah.
You go back, about 30 years or something like that, and it was age and it was wisdom that was respected. You look in social media, who are the people that have the greatest number of followers? Those are all the girls that are posting scantily clad pictures of themselves, guys, bodybuilders, all
the youthful looking and vibrant. There's a lot of truth to that, and I've talked about that on the show. It's funny you bring it up, and how we think about how we take care of, how we treat the elderly in our country. There's a lot of room for improvement there. We need to do better at this. So when we come back, I'll give you that opportunity to hook that together with what else you had in mind relative to Zint Nutrition. Go to zintnutrition.com, and there you will see all the different products that they make, and the high quality, high end, sold in fine health stores throughout the United States, growing every single day. They are, and we're proud to have them as a sponsor. We'll be right back with the LTN Health Question of the Day.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
And here's the LTN health question of the day. I was talking about aging a little bit ago, and I'll be writing this series. I already started. Part 1 is up there. And let me see if I can... And I alluded to this acronym, MARS. Means maintenance and repair systems. And in the conversation about aging, this comes up, this concept, maintenance and repair systems. And we have a number of biological processes associated with humans that are part of MARS. You know, are sensing and responding to these to cellular stress, for example, repairing nuclear DNA and mitochondria DNA. That's another MARS system. Then there's another one, defenses against reactive oxygen species and other free radicals. Okay, that's often referred to on the show. That's another maintenance and repair, biological repair system. Our defense against these reactive oxygen species and free radicals. Here's the question. What are the molecular mediators? In other words, what makes that biological system really work? Would it be A, antioxidants, B, DNA, or I'll just leave it at that. Would it be antioxidants or DNA? I'll give you a hint. When I was talking about cacao, the answer came up. So the question is not that complicated. Let me make it simple. We have biological processes called maintenance and repair systems. One of them is our defense against reactive oxygen species and other free radicals. What are the molecular mediators for that? In other words, what makes that system work? A, antioxidants, or B, DNA? Here's the number to call. We'll get the right answer. You'll win a $25 supplement gift card from Vitamin Discount Center.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. Or anywhere in the sound of my voice at 813-636-8255.
Okay, welcome back, Stephen. Is there what else did you have on your mind that you wanted to mention today before we let you go?
Well, I know our time is limited, so just segue really quick into what we were discussing prior to the break in regards to aging and that being referring it to a disease or the enemy and stuff like that, and the mentality of the demographics that we live in the world today, where the youth is glorified. In fact, aging, there are products that we develop at Zint that we procure that will help you actually take on aging and create longevity and a healthier life for yourself. And one of the most important things is collagen. We talk about it a lot. I cannot leave the show without emphasizing the importance of collagen. Zint collagen was the first grass-fed certified collagen on the market. Now, there is only one other collagen brand in the market today that is slightly a little bit more in first place than we are. We're kind of a close second at this point. We barely spend anything on marketing and promoting or advertising our collagen. In fact, we just got off a 1-hour call the other day from a top rheumatoid doctor in Colorado who ordered for his own practice 200 bags of Zint collagen.
Why?
Because he said that he was using, and I won't mention the name of the other company, but it's one of the top brands out there. Everybody's probably heard of it. And his patients were getting such an amazing benefit from the Zint collagen over the other brand.
Well, he's a rheumatologist?
Correct. So relieving joint pain, joint stiffness, rebuilding cartilage, elasticity of ligaments, all those things. And that's a key component.
How does he have his patients? It's in a powdered form. How does he have them using it?
Any way they want. They can mix it into juices, into smoothies, put it into their food. They could put it into their coffee. And again, the Zint collagen grass-fed certified, kosher certified, paleo-friendly certified, gluten-free certified, the very best. And we couldn't believe it. We were beside ourselves. An hour, the doctor kept us on the phone.
I wonder how he found it.
He probably listens to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Good answer. Let's go to you're so clever. Let's go to Telford, Pennsylvania. Glenn, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on, Glenn.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Very good.
And you're able to go outside, or is the weather that inclement? How are you doing up there with the weather business?
It's cloudy. It rained overnight, but it's going to clear off, and we're going to get some snow tomorrow night.
Uh-huh. Well, were you born and raised in that part of Pennsylvania?
Yes, southeastern Pennsylvania, yes.
Southeastern. Okay. Well, thank you for listening. We're so glad you are able to catch the show. So here's the question. We have a number of different maintenance and repair systems in our bodies, these biological systems. One of them is defenses against what they call reactive oxygen species, or these free radicals that do a lot of cellular damage. What is the molecular mediator? In other words, what is used to help with that system? Are A, antioxidants, or is it the DNA?
Antioxidants.
Antioxidants, right. Like, yes. For example, that you will find in the product like cacao, rich in antioxidants. I use the Zint, literally, I kid you not, 7 days a week. I use that, there's Zint cacao. I mix it with almond milk, and then I add the espresso shots, and that's how I have my coffee. It's like a espresso chocolate cacao drink with almond milk. I don't know. I made it up. But I love it. Thanks for listening, Glenn. We appreciate your listenership. We really do. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, man. Take care. Congratulations. All right, the collagen, you find that in the Zint collagen, you'll find that in fine health stores throughout the U.S. as well. They have a number of products. Go to their website. You'll see they explain it. It's a nice website. It's user-friendly. Stephen, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend. Sorry, we'll miss you in California, but I will tell your comrade in arms you said hello.
Absolutely. I'll miss you too, Doc. Thanks, and everybody have a great weekend. And follow the Doc. Get to the gym. He's an amazing inspirer.
Go to the gym. I know. Go to the gym. Some days, man, it's tough, but we do it. Why? Because our health is our wealth, and our health is the wealth of those that care about and love us. Have a wonderful weekend.